I have already missed some incredible bolts, and I'm hoping I just get a couple more. Oh my God, that was right after I took the shot. I didn't get it. I didn't get it. I think you guys might, oh. All right, so welcome to another electric episode. It's I think this is third monsoon episode of the season. So tip number one, it's still a little bit daytime, which means oh my God, there was 3 of the biggest bolts I've ever seen right there. Which means that I'm probably gonna need a filter, either that or I'm gonna need to stop it down. And the problem is, between sensor dust, dust on the lens, water on the lens, all of this stuff, the more you stop it down, the more you got to really be prepared to deal with that. So having one of these is highly handy, and also having some lens cloths, also highly handy. I'm looking at the map right now. That is what we're seeing. So that's all the lightning, and we are in this blue bit, right at the edge of that blue bit. I'm thinking we might need to back it up. What I want to try, actually, it's raining, but it's only sprinkling. I want to try a couple of very quick shots right here with the car running and see. So what I'm doing right now is 16 to 30. Oh my God, okay. 16 to 35 manual focus, pre-focusing on infinity. I'm gonna go ahead and throw a filter on so that I don't have to shoot at f/22. I don't want to do that, but I'm at 5 seconds. I've already missed some really good bolts. But if I don't, I'm at f/5.6, 3.2 seconds. Now we're going up to 6 seconds. That's gonna be better. So f/5.6, which means I'll be able to focus past any major water droplets that I'm getting. We go too long of a shutter though, we're gonna worry about a lot of wind shake because it's very windy right now. So left hand on the trigger, right hand on the blowy thing. Luckily, all of these lenses and filters have the hydrophobic element to them, so it's actually working better than a lens cloth would. A lens cloth would blow that around, but this is actually blowing it off way faster and cleaner. I have already missed some incredible bolts, and I'm hoping I just get a couple more. Oh my God, that was right after I took the shot. I didn't get it. I didn't get it. I think you guys might, have saw that. This is, if I get this shot, I'm gonna be very happy because the composition is okay, but these lightning bolts are beautiful. We're just dealing with a little bit of rain here. But this is real time. God, it's getting windy. I don't wanna go any more. The longer your lens you have too, the more shake, obviously, it's gonna, from the wind and everything. I'm even gonna, it wasn't going. Oh my God. Did you see that? Did you get that on camera? You don't know if it's gonna show up. Yeah. Well, right behind me was a beautiful bolt. I thought I hit it, but this RP, like when I'm hitting the button, sometimes it feels like it's not going down. I don't know why, but that's not cool. I'm just gonna keep doing this until I get a shot. So we've got Locopia over there, which is, okay, that one I got. Yep, nailed it. It's a little overexposed. I'm a third of a stop overexposed, but that's okay. The bolt showed up. The biggest thing is you don't want the bolt to blow out, or you don't want the ambient light when you're shooting in daytime to blow out your bolts. But these bolts are big and they're close, and it's getting closer. We've got less than an hour to sunset now. I also really like that there's a path in this shot, and that's looking really cool. So I'm gonna go ahead and zoom back out to 24 millimeter because I could have gotten, some of those lightnings are hitting up there. I don't like this composition. Like, the composition's okay. I'm just afraid to go too far away from the car right now. You know, I'm trying to play it semi-safe. Obviously I could still get struck at any second, but so far nothing has come super ultra close. I hope we get one more good one with this composition. I'd like to get past, this thing is in my side view, and then these trees over here are in my side view. But the column of rain is coming right down on this path in Locopia and the mountain behind me, and it's beautiful. So if I can crop into that, I'll be okay. I'd rather shoot a little wider than I need to make sure, because you just never know where the bolts are, you know. The longer the lens you use, the cooler the lightning looks. But the downside is then you got to crop in, and I put my 70 to 200 on the R5. I'm just blowing this water right off the lens, which is great. It seems like the lightning is slowing down a little bit. Oh my God, I missed it. That was fraction of a second. That hit as I was hitting the shutter button. So normally, you know, what I would do is, you guys have seen my videos before, if you have, I do time lapses of all of this stuff. But right now, because we're in the rain and I don't have anything covering the lens, I don't want to do a time lapse because I'm gonna mess it up by having to constantly get this water off of the lens. All right, well, I'm gonna give camera lady a break for a second, and I'm gonna just shoot this for a minute and see what I can get, and then we might go. I'll see you at another spot here shortly. So we're at location number 4 and the sun has definitely set. So I've got bad news and good news. So the bad news is I totally effed up our sunset judgment. We had an amazing sunset. The light was shining the sunset right underneath the monsoon, and it just lit it up. It lit everything up. But we literally, the area that we were in, I couldn't stop. I couldn't get anywhere facing that direction that wasn't complete crap. So I came out here, we're farther south now, and we're looking towards Mexico, and there are some storms right on south of the border and crossing the border, and they're coming north straight towards us, but we're still like 40 miles away. So that's why I've got the long lenses out. I've got my R5 and 70-200 over there, and it's actually got some good shots. So I got the RP as a backup with the 1-500. And the hard part that I'm having right now is that it's dark and I can't see the composition, so I'm having to do some test exposures and figure out where my composition is. But the composition isn't really the hard part. The hard part is the focusing. With this, the RF lens, there's no more, you know, on the EF lenses, there used to be the little focusing meter that you could see on the lens, and like my 16-35, I can set it to infinity and know. But there is a digital focus meter on the back of here, but it's just at 100 millimeters, the 1-500. It's really hard to dial in and make sure that I'm like proper at infinity. I think I just got a little bit of cloud light up. We're having some cloud to cloud action there. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that one's nice. No bolt in that one, but at least that let me know that the clouds are in focus actually, and that is exactly what I'm looking for. So I do have this set on the back of the screen to the middle of the infinity button, which is what I want. Right now, I've got 8 seconds, wide open 5.6, f/6400. And the reason being is because the wind's not too bad right now, but this 1-500 is really heavy. So wind is exaggerated, you know, with that. And I don't basically want to be doing 10, 20, 30 second exposures. Even with the 70-200, I can get away with longer because it has a much longer, it's much lighter. It's much shorter. There is a bug attacking Camera Lady right now, and it's kind of hilarious.
Not funny.
Another thing that I forgot to mention, I've mentioned this before, but go ahead and when you're doing this lighting stuff, turn off your image stabilization if you have any, because the minute adjustments that makes, sometimes it can overcorrect when you're on a tripod with long exposures. And so we want to just go ahead and turn that off. I'm going to put it on a time lapse for this, but right now I'm just using the touch screen on the back is to touch to shoot, because it's a very light touch and it's not registering any camera movement. So what I need to do once I get this set up is I want to go check that one. That one is doing a time lapse, but it's been going for a bit, but I'm worried. I didn't put it in aperture priority mode or anything like that. I'm worried that it's gotten a lot darker now, and I need to check my shutter speed and just all my settings. So let me go check that. I'm gonna back out. I was at 135. I'm gonna back out to 100, just because I'm worried about missing. I'm worried about missing the shot. Like we need the longer lens. That's the balance right now. We need the longer lenses because we're 40 miles away from the lightning. And so shooting it with a wide angle lens is, you know, cropping into that would just be silly. I'm seeing stars now actually in some of this. That's kind of cool. But then the problem with the long lenses on the, you know, the other side of that is the longer, like I've said in a lot of stuff, the longer your focal length is, the more chance you have to miss the lightning, because you've got to get it in a narrower field of view. You know, I'm tempted to turn this. I keep seeing right as I did it, a flash was over there. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Okay, I just want to see what's in this direction. I've got that. Another one just flashed over there. Oh, wow. Okay. Okay. Well, I like this composition, actually, because there's stars. and there's a little silhouette of a mountain. So let me get this figured out. No, that's not, geez, I'm gonna have to, all right, let's see if we can do a 15-second exposure. I want to see, some of them inevitably will be, you know, another thing you have to keep in mind is like the ground that you're on, even if you're on concrete, which we're not, we're in the middle of the desert. Also look for snakes. But the ground that you're on can, if you're walking too close to your tripod, that can be an issue. So just keep that in mind and try not to walk too closely to your tripods, because at, you know, 200 millimeters soaking up those vibrations, you'll feel it. All right, well, that's enough of me talking with all of this stuff. I want to take you guys along and show you like my process for how I figure out how to set this stuff up, especially like now when you can't see with the longer lenses. Like this is like the best and worst case scenario for lightning. You know, you have, it's dark enough so that we can see it and we can get good exposures, but it's far away right now, so I can't do a wide angle. And wide angles are much more forgiving for focus and all of that kind of stuff. And I can do brighter exposures, but I can't do the wide angle right now. So I just want you to, you know, kind of see my thought process for how am I going to figure out doing this stuff in the dark with the longer lenses. I did get a lot of other really good lightning shots the past 2 storms though, like the past 3 days, and I've been stoked about those. And I also got a lot of good time lapses of just regular daytime monsoon time lapses from today and the past couple of days. And I didn't vlog that, but all that B-roll will be in this one for sure. All right, I'm gonna wrap it up here so I can get back to shooting. I may add the 3rd camera and maybe do a wider one just to see. So if you guys have any questions about anything that I did concerning, you know, all of this lightning stuff, leave those in the comments down below, and you know, I will definitely answer them. If you're still here, I super appreciate it. Hit that like button for me, because that's definitely the best thing you can do for my channel. And I love you guys. I will see you hopefully in the next episode where there should be some more storms. Maybe we'll do a forest episode here pretty soon too, because I want to get some dark, moody forest stuff. We'll see. I'll see you in the next episode. It'll be cool.